In a land of opportunity, there is one dream that has stood the test of time. The American dream of homeownership.
Beyond the financial gains, homeownership provides a sense of security. It's an investment in your family's well-being and a sanctuary that shields you from life's uncertainties.
Or at least it did.
The expenses have gone beyond what I can possibly handle.
It's devastating. Sorry. I'm okay. It's just hard.
Whether you're living in a single-family home or a condo, most people need insurance. And insurance here in Florida is a problem. As insurance carriers continue to leave the state of Florida and there are fewer and fewer choices, premiums continue to rise. A lot of homeowners are getting some very unpleasant surprises. In 2022, almost 84% of new construction were homes that were built within a homeowners association. And almost all new construction, the municipalities within a city require the properties to be within a homeowners association. Often this is due to the city's desire to offload some of their responsibilities like common area maintenance, things that would normally be covered in your tax bill. Cities would prefer that a homeowners association take care of these things. Typical homeowners association manages the community, takes care of things like cutting the lawns, taking care of the community centers and pools, and also making sure that homeowners follow the rules. Most HOAs are not self-managed. They normally hire a property manager, a for-profit property manager, who takes care of all the daily ins and outs of running the HOA. And of course, the homeowners pay for that. There is an HOA fee. It's paid monthly to cover all of the costs of the property manager and everything within their operating budget. Here in the United States, on average, HOA fees run anywhere from $200 to $300 monthly. Now, if you've never lived in a homeowners association, they wield quite a bit of power. First, they have rules, regulation, and covenants that are all recorded into the county record. When you sign on the dotted line to buy in a community like that, you're agreeing to abide by all of their rules. And if you don't, they have the power to fine you. And if you don't pay, they can add interest. Some people love HOAs because they feel as though they do add value. I think they add some value, but some people can't stand it. And there's plenty of reasons why. Now, I broke free of the HOA situation because I wanted to do something that's never allowed. I wanted to keep a boat at my house. Can't do that in a homeowners association. Right now, there seems to be a growing backlash against HOAs. And that's predominantly due to the rising cost of everything. The HOA is the bearer of all of the bad news.
And this is especially true if you live in a condominium community.
And with the rising costs of everything, with the insurance going up, there are many people within these communities that can no longer afford to live there.
$376 for years, and then all of a sudden in October, they said it's going up 43%. What worries me is that I won't have a roof over my head and that I really don't have much to say about it after 28 years. It seems, really unfair.
It's a challenge condo owners are facing across Florida. Right now, condo associations are under review to see if they're complying with a new state law requiring reserve funds to be sufficient in case major foundation or structural repairs are needed.
I hate seeing anyone face circumstances like these, but honestly, it's very disturbing when I see an elderly person have to go through this. And as you can imagine, things start to get pretty heated when they go and announce all of these changes and all of the expenses that double, triple, or quadruple.
We Just last week at an HOA board meeting in South Florida, frustrations boiled over. Police were called in when angry residents were told of a sharp fee increase with little notice.
In 2023, homeowners insurance rates in Florida jumped 40%, hitting an all-time high. And that means homeowners are paying the highest premiums in the country, on average $6,000 a year, driving many residents out of the state.
Now, with the rising cost of homeowners insurance, coupled with these new laws increasing the cost of everything in a condo association particularly, it's putting a huge strain on many people living there, especially those who are retired, on fixed income, or all they have is Social Security.
A recent survey by the U.S. Census Bureau of seniors 65 and older across the country found 32% think they're somewhat likely to be evicted in the next 2 months. Here in Florida, the number is 80%.
You know that 28.4% of the population here in the state of Florida is over the age of 60. Now, while I don't know exactly out of the 28% how many of those people live in condos, I can tell you, as people age, many of them will sell their single-family homes and move into condos, specifically for the maintenance-free lifestyle. They can't take care of a big house anymore. They can't clean a big house anymore. So they move into these condos. But with the rising cost of insurance and the requirement for much higher reserves in condos, this is putting a massive strain on the retirement crowd. Now, while I don't live in a condo, I also am concerned about the cost of things as I continue to age. The cost of property insurance, property taxes, health insurance, all of it is on the rise at an alarming rate. So many of these people living in condos, well, they're going to have to cut their spending, and if that isn't enough to afford living in the condo, they're going to be forced to sell and move somewhere else. The question is, where? There is no real affordable housing. So, yeah.
That's not good for our economy.
Ken Johnson is a housing and real estate economist at Florida Atlantic University.
With a great likelihood, we're going to see an affordable crisis that can stretch out over a number of years.
If you want to know more about the condo crisis, I did take a ride out to the beach and I made a video all about what's happening with condos here in the state of Florida. So I'll pop it here at the end of this video. Check it out if you're interested in learning what's happening here with Florida real estate on the beach. So if you got some value out of this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Make your comments below and tell me what you think of the situation going on here in Florida. I love reading your comments, and I hope I see you here again soon. Take care.